A beautiful day to you, dear learners. Are you doing great today? I'm glad to hear that. I'm Sir Jesse Guzman, your English teacher for today. Are you excited for today's topic? Come on! But before that, grab your pen, paper, and self-learning modules. Let's begin this exciting journey and discover new things in learning English. After going through this lesson, you are expected to restate sentences heard in one's own words, summarize information from various text types, restating an idea, saying in other terms or words. A restatement uses different sentence formation. In restating an idea, do not change the word per word structure of the text. Instead, organize the thoughts in mind and come up in putting it together in own words in a different way. Take a look on this example below. This one is the original passage. As stated in Animal Planet, the hippopotamus is the third largest land mammal, after the elephants and rhinoceroses. It grows up to 16 feet long and 5 feet tall. An average female hippo can weigh around 1,400 kilograms, and a hippo male can weigh up to 4,500 kilograms according to San Diego. This one is an example of restated passage in own words. Hippopotamus is the third largest land mammal, after elephants and rhinoceroses, as said by the Animal Planet. It can get bigger by 16 feet long and 5 feet tall. According to San Diego, a female hippo can normally weigh up to 1,400 kilograms compared to a male hippo, which may gain up to 4,500 kilograms. Let us find out the strategies used in the example above in restating an idea. Number 1. Start your first sentence in different point from that of the original text. For example, introducing the topic hippopotamus, then followed by the supporting statements of the topic. In the example shown below, notice that we started by introducing the topic hippopotamus, then followed the supporting statements of the statement or the topic. The essential information are cited in a completely different manner. Number 2. Use synonyms. The synonyms are words or phrases with the same meaning. In the example below, observe the use of synonyms. For example, gross. Instead of gross, it becomes bigger. Average. Average, the same meaning of normal. You can also use thesaurus as your reference in finding the synonyms of the word. However, don't overdo the use of some of the same words as the original text is still acceptable. Only some words that has a synonyms or a few words. Number 3. Modify the sentence structures. When we say modify, you can change it to active voice to passive voice. So what do you mean by active voice and the passive voice? The active voice means the thing doing the action, while the passive voice, the thing receiving the action. For example, this one is the original passage that use active voice. As stated in Animal Planet, the hippopotamus is the third largest land mammal after elephants and rhinoceroses. In restating passage, the active voice becomes the passive voice. For example, the hippopotamus is the third large or it is the third largest land mammal after elephants and rhinoceroses, as said by the Animal Planet. Have you seen the difference? Okay, very good. Now, let us move on to number 4. For number 4, classify the information and have it in separate sentences. You may try to consider the number of sentences to make the text different. Although restating sentences will usually result in a word count about the same as the original text. You may try to consider the number of sentences to make the text different. In the example above, one long sentence was divided into two. The opposite could be also or could also be the case. For instance, if the original text is composed of two sentences, you may combine the information into one. In contrast, summarizing is a brief overview of an entire discussion or passages read. People often summarize to emphasize important points of certain text. When you summarize, too much details and explanations may be removed, for this will distract the readers from the most important information. The chart here can be used to summarize the essential ideas of the passages. First, we have the main idea. Second, the supporting details. We have three supporting details. Let us summarize this original passage as an example. Let us read the original passage. Philippine eagles are well adapted to life in thick, mountainous forests. Their short, broad wings and a squared off tail enable them to rise vertically between trees. They can move around with speed and agility through branches and vines. They can skillfully snatch monkeys, birds, and other mammals from trees. They have talon feet and tear meat with sharp, hooked beaks. Let us summarize this one. What is the main idea? Okay, very good. Philippine eagles are well adapted to mountainous forest. What are the supporting details? We have the characteristic of Philippine eagles, such as the speed and agility, broad wings and squared of tail or tail, and also the skillful. Let us summarize the passage by using the main idea and the supporting details. Philippine eagles are well adapted to mountainous forest. Their broad wings and squared off tail make them move with speed and agility to skillfully survive. After noting the important points, summarize the original passage. Remember, a clearer picture between the two skills is shown on the table below. First, we have restating. In restating, you are saying the same idea but with your own words. In summarizing, you are telling the important points of the passage. Number 2, you can choose how much to restate. In summarizing, you must include important details or ideas. In restating, you are clarifying the statement. And in summarizing, you are compressing the statement. So now you know the difference between the restating and the summarizing. Let us have an activity. Directions. Read the passage below, find the main idea of the text, and look for the supporting details that explains the main idea. Use the chart below and write the answers on the paper or notebook. I will give you 30 seconds to answer. Television has good effects as well as harmful ones. The violent, crime-filled pictures showed on television may contribute to an impression that the world is evil. It may result in a fearful or negative view of the world. The television commercials urging us to buy various goods may create a feeling of dissatisfaction in us if we fail to buy their goods, which the television advertisement tell us that everyone or everybody has. This one is the chart that you will copy. Of course, we have the main idea, the supporting details, so timer starts now. Okay, let us check your answer. What do you think is the main idea? Okay, very good. The main idea is television has good effects as well as harmful ones. What are the supporting details? For number 1, we have violent crime-filled pictures. Number 2, it may result in a fearful or negative view of the world. Number 3, the television commercials. Let us summarize this passage by use of this chart. Summarize passage. Television has good effects as well as harmful ones. Violent crime filled with pictures and television commercials like poor advertisement may result in a fearful or negative view of the world. If your answer is nearer to this summarized passage, then you are correct. Very good. Next, restate the following sentences in your own words. Write the answers on the paper or notebook. Number 1. The space shuttle has a robot arm. It helps move things into out of the shuttle. It can also hold an astronaut who is working in space. Mars are robots. They drive around on the land. For number 2, Three NASA rovers are on Mars. Two of them are still working. Stardust was first robot sent to a comet. It brought bits of the comet back to the Earth in January 2006. Number 3. In the past, robots had helped NASA explore. Today, they are still significant to NASA. In the future, robots will be used to help return humans to the moon and to travel to Mars and beyond. So I will give you 3 minutes to answer. Okay, let us check your work. For number 1, Space Shuttle's robot arms helps move things. It can also hold an astronaut who is working in space. Robots are Mars rovers. They drive around on the land. Very good. Number 2, Mars has 3 NASA rovers. 2 of them are still working. First robot that sent to the comet was Stardust. It brought bits of the comet back to the Earth in January 2016. Very good. NASA had help by the robots in the past. Today, they are still significant. In the future, the human will use robots to help returns to the moon, to the Mars, and beyond. Very good. If your answer is nearer to this answer, then you are correct. Very good. How many of you were able to get an amazing score? Very good. Again, this is Sir Jesse Guzman saying, the roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. See you again next time. Bye-bye!